The Honourable Troy Buswell, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming and good evening. This is a new phase of growth for our business, and it's one that we're all very excited about. For those of you who aren't familiar with Brookfield, I thought I'd spend a couple of minutes just talking about our business both globally and as well as the rest of Australia. And then Paul's going to take you through a bit more about some of the things that are going on with Brookfield Rail. But as we said earlier, Brookfield is a global alternative asset manager with about $150 billion of assets under management. It's listed on the Toronto, New York, and Euronext stock exchanges. And we're really focused on three areas and three areas only. It's property, renewable power generation, and infrastructure. And we have a long-term goal of buying very high-quality assets that generate high levels of sustainable cash flows. We've got operations around the world in 20 different countries, including Canada, the US, South America, Europe, Middle East, and of course here in Australia. Since our first investment in Australia in 2007, we very rapidly established two platforms here, one in property and one in infrastructure, and now have about $15 billion of our global assets located in Australia. So very quickly it's become 10% of our business around the world, and we've got about 2,000 employees across the country. We specifically targeted Australia as an attractive place to go to because of the rich resource base, proximity to a lot of countries that have a strong demand for that, and really nowhere are the positive impacts of that story more evident than here in Western Australia. So of our $15 billion that we have in Australia, about $3 billion today is in WA, making us one of the largest property and infrastructure owners in the state. Paul's going to talk a bit more about Brookfield Rail, which obviously is our largest investment in the state. But in addition to that, our construction business has literally defined the skyline of Perth. We've built over 76 high-rise apartments and office towers, many of which you can see out of that window tonight, and are currently constructing the $1.8 billion Fiona Stanley Hospital. In addition to that, our commercial office portfolio that we actually own in the state is worth over $1.5 billion. But really more important than what we have here today is a significant amount of our growth and expansion plans for Australia going forward are centered in the state. And so in addition to some of the things Paul's going to talk about tonight, which involves us investing over $500 million in Brookfield Rail to upgrade the system and start to drive more volumes over the tracks. We're also constructing the first of two towers at City Square, which I think you can almost see out of the window here. When completed, that will be the largest office tower in Perth. It will be 70,000 square meters. It's fully leased to BHP, PwC, and Barrick Gold. And once we've completed the second tower, the entire precinct will comprise over 140,000 square meters and be worth well over $1.2 billion. We are also, in addition to that, we've recently acquired another office building in Perth, and are looking at a number of opportunities to expand our infrastructure platform, particularly in areas related to the commodities transportation, so whether that's an upgrading or further expansions of the rail business or potentially ports. So, despite, I guess in summary, despite the disruption over the last couple of weeks, or indeed the last couple of years in financial markets around the world, our business remains on a very solid financial footprint. We've still got great access to capital, and we're very excited about putting more of that capital to work here in WA. We're big believers in the resource story, in the WA story, and we're proud to be entrusted with such a vital piece of the infrastructure supply chain, which is Brookfield Rail. So the business here has the support of a strong and financially sound parent company, and I'd like to thank all of you for attending this evening. All of our partners, our employees, and various other stakeholders, both in the state and around the country.